In this video, I am going to describe you about the if statement of Python. If statements are the conditional statements and these implement selection constructs, or you can say decision constructs. Let me show you with a diagram. An if statement tests a particular condition. If the condition evaluates to true, a course of action is followed. That is, a statement or a set of statements is executed. So within this decision box, I have written if, then there may be any condition, and if it is true, so then it will go to this direction and it will execute these lines of code. Now, if the condition does not satisfy, then it will go to the other part of the program. Or in other words, you can say that if the condition is false, the course of action which is written under the true part will be ignored. Now let me show you the syntax of if statement. If statement can be written in different form. Let me show you the different structure of if statement. So first one is look like this, if, and after that there may be any conditional expression, then there will be a colon after the conditional expression. This conditional expression contains relational operator as well as logical operator. If this conditional expression satisfy or it evaluates to true, then the lines under this if statement will be executed. Here I have written line 1 and line 2 are under this if statement. Notice that all the statements in the if body are indented at same level. So the lines which are indented under this if statement will be considered as the body of if statement. And this line code outside if statement, it is not indented, so it is outside the if structure. So again I am repeating, if this conditional expression satisfy or becomes true, it will execute the lines which are under this if statement, that is line 1 and line 2 for this case. And if it is not satisfied, it will just ignore the code under this if statement, that is it will ignore line 1 and line 2, it will directly come out to the rest of the code which is written outside the if statement. We can write any number of lines under this if statement. Next, let me show you the another form of if statement. It looks like this. This form of if statement tests a condition, and if the condition evaluates to true, it carries out statements indented below. And in case if the condition evaluates to false, it carries out statement indented below else. That means if this condition becomes true, then it will execute this line 1 and line 2. Then it will move to the code outside if statement. If this condition becomes false, it will move to the else part and it will execute this line 3 and line 4, which is indented under this else part. So in this if else structure, either it will execute the if part or the else part, but not both at a time. Then it will move to the code outside if statement. Let me show you the another structure of if else statement. Look at this if structure carefully. If this conditional expression 1 satisfy, then it will execute the indented line under this if statement, that is line 1 and line 2. Now if this conditional expression 1 become false, then it will move to the elif. This is called else if. In Python it is written like this, elif. El means else. Now if the conditional expression 2 becomes true, then it will execute line 3 and line 4. And if it is not satisfied, then it will move to the else part. That's mean it will execute the lines under this else statement. Here it is line 5 and line 6. That's mean either it will execute line 1 and line 2, or line 3 and line 4, or line 5 and line 6. So it will execute any one part of this if else structure. Else is optional. It is not necessary to write else for if statement. You can write any number of elif statement, and it depends on the problem given to you. So it will execute any one part and then move to the code outside if statement. Be very careful after the end of if statement or elif statement or else statement, there will be a colon at the end of this statement. So do not forget to write this colon at the end of this line. Otherwise, the program will not execute. So in the if statement, it is executing a certain segment of this code. So this if statement is also called branch statement. Now let me show you examples for each of this structure. Let me take an example. Suppose this problem is given to you. Write a program to accept salary of an employee. If the salary is less than rupees 25,000, then she or he will get 1,000 rupees bonus. First of all, we have to think what to do. Let me draw the sketch or flowchart of our planning. Start the program. Salary is taken as input from user and it is stored within sal variable. Next, we will check whether this salary is less than 25,000 or not. If it is true, then a rupees 1,000 will be added up with this variable sal, and again it will be stored within sal variable. That means the sal will be updated to a new salary. After that, it will print the new salary and then stop. And if this condition is sal less than 25,000 or not, if it is not satisfied, it will just simply print the salary which has taken as input, and there will be no change in salary. It will print the salary which is taken as input and stop the program. Now let me write this program in the Python editor. Let me create a new file. Go to the file, new file. Let me write down the problem within this comment line. So if you need to comment multiple lines, you have to use this triple single quote, and at the end there will be also triple single quote. So this will be act as an inactive line. It will not take part in execution. First of all, let's take salary as input. Sal equal to input within bracket and salary. Since salary may be integer, or you can also represent it as float. So let me write input function and close the whole input statement within this int statement, so that whatever the input taken through this input function, it will be converted to int and then it will be stored within sal variable. Now move to the next line. Check whether if sal is less than 25,000 or not, then give a colon. So there will be a colon at the end of the conditional expression. So this is my conditional expression, sal less than 25,000. If it is true, then salary will be updated with sal plus 1,000, and then come out from the if statement, print salary equal to rupees sal. Let me save the program first. File, save. So choose any folder which has been created by you previously. Over there, save it with any file name. Say I'm writing salary as a file name, then save. Now run the program. So in this, ideally it is F5 to run the program. So it will ask for salary. Suppose I'm writing 20,000. Since it is less than 25,000, 1,000 rupees will be added up with this 20,000, and now it will become 21,000. So again, run the program. If the salary is greater than 25,000, there will be no change in salary. It will remain in the 26,000. So look at the program again carefully. If this condition is true, it will execute the indented line which is written under the if statement. That is, this line is under this if statement. So this is the body of if. So it will execute. The amount which is given by the user and it is stored within sal, that will be updated by 1,000, or you can say that 1,000 will be added up with this salary, and the updated value will be again stored within this sal variable. Then come out from the if loop, it will print the salary of that person. Now if you enter a salary greater than 25,000, so this condition will become false. So it will do nothing. It will come out from this if statement and it will print the salary which is given by the user. Let me show you another example. Write a program to accept a number from user and check whether it is even or odd. Let's draw the flowchart first. Start the program. Take an integer value from user and it will be stored within n variable. Next, check whether this number is even or odd. For that, n is divided by 2, and if the remainder is 0, so I have used percentage sign. This is the modulo sign which will find the remainder. So when this condition becomes true, that's mean n mod 2 equal to 0 is true, it will print even, and then the program will stop. Now if this condition become false, so in the no part it will print odd, then it will move to the end of the program. So this is the overall flowchart of the given problem. So let me write the program by looking into this flowchart. Again, let me open a new file. First of all, let me write a single line comment checking for even and odd. In the first line, we are going to take the input from user, and it will be an integer value. So for that, we have to write int, then input within bracket, enter any number, then if n mod 2, if it is equal to 0, then give a colon, and if you press enter, the indent will be automatically created, and if you accidentally press backspace, don't worry, give a tap from the keyboard, again it will indented. So whatever the lines you are going to write now will be under the if statement. Just write down the print statement and write even. Then we are going to write the else part, so you have to give a backspace, go to the extreme left, write down else, again colon, so there will be a colon after else, then give enter, write down print odd. So this is the complete program. So first of all, you have to take the input and store the value within n, and it will be an integer. So when this integer value is divided by 2, that's mean you are doing a modulo operation. So n mod 2, it will give you the remainder. If it is equal to 0, it will execute the line under this if statement. There is a single line, so it will print even. If this condition become false, it will move to the else part and it will print odd. Save the file first. File, save, choose any folder. Let me write the file name as even odd. There will be no space in between these two words, then save. Now press F5 to run the program. So it will ask you for a number. Let me write down 10. So 10 is an even number, so it will showing you the even. Now again, run the program. Let me write 13. So it is an odd number. Let me show you another example. Write a program to find the greater of 2 number. For that, what you have to do, start the program, take or accept 2 number from the user and stored within the variable a and b respectively. Then check whether a is greater than b or not. If this condition is true, then print a is greater and then stop. Now if the condition a greater than b becomes false, then the control will be moved to the no part. It will then check whether b is greater than a or not. And if this condition satisfy, it will print b is greater. Then it will move to the end of the program. Now again, if this condition becomes false, b greater than a becomes false, the control will be moved to the no part, and then it will print both are equal. If neither a greater than b nor b greater than a, it is automatically understood that both the variables contain same value and they are equal, and then stop. Now let me write down the program for you, and before writing any program, if you draw the flowchart or write the algorithm, it will be easier for you to construct a program. So let me write the program by looking into this flowchart. First of all, open a new file. First line is a comment line, greater of 2 numbers. Now a equal to int within bracket input, enter any number, sorry, it will be any, next b, input another number. Now if a greater than b, then this space is not mandatory, print A is greater. Now elif if B greater than A, then print B is greater, and at last if the above two condition fails, it will move to the else part. So under else, write down print both are equal. So this is the complete program. Let me save the program first. Go to File, Save, choose any directory. Let me write the file name as greater. Save. To run the program, press F5. So it will ask you for a number. I'm writing say 20. It will ask for another number. Let me write 50. So since 50 is greater than 20, it is showing 50 is greater. Now again run the program. This time let me write 78, and the second number is smaller than the first one, say 10. So 78 is greater. Now if you run the program again, if both the numbers are same, it will show both are equal. So this is all for this video. If you have any problem, write it down in the comment box. I will try to reply you back as soon as possible. There will be more program with this if statement, so go through my channel thoroughly. I think you will find more example on this if statement. Thank you.